move home. Fulani for Moa, maybe dear man Pena, Mamma, Fulani for Abessay, move home. Fulani for Moa, maybe dear man Pena, Mamma, Fulani for Abessay, move home. Fulani for Moa, maybe dear man Pena, Mamma, Fulani for Abessay, move home. Fulani for Moa, maybe dear man Pena, Mamma, Fulani for Abessay, move home. Fulani for Moa, maybe dear man Pena, Mamma, Fulani for Abessay, move home.
What Tina Ghana ha and Fianson as MPP ni Yam Pesica Mason some Oba Pejuma when yabi, one Casa Pejuma when yabi, and now Yahusa Wunya Yabisika Brown Sakoko to Abba many personas. Mesram Mama Martin na ho Obia or Kachina Sako too many personas in a Jessica Cotono. And Tina said, what Tina Nifie. Asudaya, I was a sabe would ye, what Chino will come and Fiansoa. No, I do not dozen kuto. Or banners or discussion on summer. No, I do not nanny. Now I got to Abamano. Or to Manua. At the say, light off Abba. No, I saw candle. Light in the bar on pet. No, I do know. And Fianson Fianwatching, who would be him. What Tina Ghana ha and Fianson as MPP ni Yam Pesica Mason some Oba Pejuma when yabi, one Casa Pejuma when yabi, and now Yahusa Wunya Yabisika Brown Sakoko to Abba many personas. Mesram Mama Martin na ho Obia or Kachina Sako too many personas in a Jessica Cotono. And Tina said, what Tina Nifie. Asudaya, I was a sabe would ye, what Chino will come and Fiansoa. No, I do not dozen kuto. Or banners or discussion on summer. No, I do not nanny. Now I got to Abamano. Or to Manua. At the say, light off Abba. No, I saw candle. Light in the bar on pet. No, I do know. Day, Naya Wuraka. Buses, Akoya. Media Madrid send this for the church. Media Madrid send Mahama Nimubi. Media Madrid send Mahama Nimubi. Me say, yeah, my human security. Madrid send Mahama Nimubi. Because who's training some and then somewhere can be tell about the kicker. Atem the Yahoo, Yaba, and him for be free so. Yaba bringing him for be powers down. And ya dear, yeah. Hey, Namahama won't ferry. Who's throw? Say you rack, Moka, Akoya, Namuya to Tutuo, Eddie Bom. Asantemai, most sorry. Asantemai, most sorry. Asantemai, most sorry. Asantemai, most sorry. Oh,
Professor Jane Nana Opoku Ajimai. And I just want to draw attention. Her name is Jane Nana Opoku Ajimai, not Nana Jane Opoku Ajimai. If you want to cut it short, say Nana Jane. But when you write her formal name, it's Professor Jane Nana Opoku Ajimai.
That is the best teacher. His Excellency John Dramani Mahama say the way I Ghana for both Professor Jane Nana Opoku Ajimai Dino. So he has taken his time to tell Ghanaians, say, about Professor Nana Jane Dia born in this particular style. For this is the debate with the Munufi. Mujidi say, Ubia hon eye. All right. And then Juma Bebre. Now Jumano, most of the Jumano is going to go straight to NDC. And the bullet, no, a call NDC. Yanka say a party no NDC. Panifosi obi o chasa no sabe ya no hu se na chia. Enti it is our duty to pinpoint the straightness. NDC tra abano edeko. That is something that we are going to do. But you take your time and understand me. But you send me and make me to what's in what I say. At a later point in time, now, may the link to description of this particular video, any comment section. So, person join it, the show on live. You have every right to join me live. That is how I'm going to do the presentation today in Team Pacho. Mama Yantuya Wasena and share agronase. One will say there is something going on in the country right now. I think we need to address it. For this particular video, maybe I shall say.
If you see somebody at the top, there are two types of people that are at the top. Those who are hung up and those who are lifted up. If you are hung up, you will not last. If you are lifted up, you will last. I go. The last prayer we are praying for him. I'm hearing a name that stands with letter J. The Lord said, pray for J. 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 So do you know anybody that have a name that starts with J? No, it's a public prayer. This one, the Lord said we should pray for letter J. That's all I heard.
To be honest, I'm very disappointed in the chief of staff. The whole chief of staff, Akwatana Kunyam, I'm also for so question kuma or say I'm hearing the name J, the letter J into the whole chief of staff of our country. That is what he's doing. The whole chief of staff, and also for so a bomb pies, what is a young say let be the J. Into chief of staff and Nipa call a J no, don't go bomb pie mano. And sometimes, the way politicians in our country start to behave to say, solving the problems of our society, sometimes I get confused about them. And I'm very surprised at the whole chief justice, as a chief of staff, say, you can't just let it be the J, teaching in Pakola as IJ, and representing, Nananka may hear to bold let the J in the dinner for the yati. In him so boy there, but when I watch this particular video, them who's a boy in the D and call no better in VA. The whole chief of staff. Ya Ghana kakarakani nyina all the staff na president do mo yadwuma nyina hye wonsa o ma ya chiwo se akonwam ene ye kan je say let be the J ndichi ni pa ko let J no ene de ne nkobom pa ma sa let J no let say ABC and start every A ene ye kwa koduru J na yakobo J ni hey but some me ntiase ana me na madwen nya adwuma a whole chief of staff akoya chine se akonwam a bomb payment sending come, meaning says so by a president. Now by a president, and your practicability in the president, Mr. Chief of Staff. In fact, I'm very, very disappointed in Chief of Staff. So over the title of today's topic now, I'm very disappointed in a whole lot of staff. A whole lot of staff. But y'all hear me, I'm Tobo, because I'm going to address a lot of things in this particular live stream. This is the debate with the Munufi, Medini William Munufi Amankona. Let's move on. President John Dramani Mahama na ko lanche enkoko nketenkete project and a program ewo Kumasi in Ashanti region. I'm very disappointed in the president. Mr. President, we need to be straight up with you. Ghana kakarakane wo hono se pe regional e portra e Bono region. Why do you take everything and just straight away to Kumasi? Everything the president wants to do no is straight away to Ashanti region. I need answers from the president and the presidency. Say why Ghana kakarakane wants a regional portrait and a yadi or moye pa a Bono region. Domahim crew area hono big portrait farms. Obaza launching kukonket and get here. Why just I region you go straight to Ashanti region, Mr. President. You need to tell us why you're doing that. We need to be honest with you. I need to be very, very honest with you. You need to tell the people of Bono region why you ignore them and went straight away to Kumasi to initiate that kind of program, Mr. President. You need to tell us. I think also you be quite so from Accra, Udu Kumasi asa. And yes, sir. Okay. That's it. Adam, Togo Boko there. This is a very shameful thing from the chief of staff, but I'm today also hating the president. President John Dramani Mahama be president or ye name bi o si yankase ye ti ho be ye bone. Ghana nyina sa the 10 largest constituencies in the country. Maybe Kurum Techima South eka ho the 10 largest constituencies in the country. Yet there was no a single appointment from the president from Techiman. Mr. President, ye nyina yankwasiafo yensa. The people of Techiman nyina yankwasiafo. Enti ye ni obi a school ye ni nyansani bia ho. And then you ignore the 10 largest constituencies. Yet to about them, Mr. President, president. The first place that we come so you think that the people of Techiman there's not a single appointment from Techiman, Mr. President. Right? Okay. NDC, you go back to the people of Techiman in 2028 and you meet them there. I'm just telling you straight away. Niema I can't tell me. And what I feel like telling you. And American. So, Mr. President, utia eba boy na wentia. General Mosquito, utia eba boy wentia eba boy. Chief of Staff, utia eba boy wentia eba boy. You are going to go back to the people of Techiman South in the Bono East region, and we will tell you, say, appointment crowd, my honor, we are waiting for you. For the bar, you address it, right? The 10 largest constituencies in the country, Techiman South, we vote over 140,000 people. And you think they're in Kwasi for? Okay. Let me tell you. NDC, NDC, you know. The first national co-chairman of NDC, lawyer A.A. Munufi, that is the formation of NDC. Rawlings actually came straight away to Techiman to pick him, told him that he wanted to form a political party. The first, about democracy, the first ambassador to La Côte d'Ivoire, lawyer A.A. Munufi. Now, you have ignored all of them. We have the lawyer Germans over there. You think that the people of Techiman South are in Kwasiafo, so we don't deserve any appointment. Anyway, yeah. Chata. Yeah, because sometimes you know say I can't see me and the president now. So we vote massively for you, for NDC, Techiman South constituency. Go back to the history and check. Yeah, two about NDC say yeah, about them no. We campaign for the party as if we are mad, we are idiots, we are stupid. Yet when NDC Bama, you don't give us anything. Mr. President, between 2012 and 2016, one month Techiman South in BR appointment, and you came back now, you are repeating exactly the same thing. Anyway, here came 2028 Mbaba to your this one is personal. And I have to be honest with the president. President Mr. President, we are telling you the straight away tenor. Ofa Eboboa Wankasa and then NDC. General Mosquito, Utia Eboboa Wankasa. General, I know the role you play. Now say now occupy position. You went to Techiman. General Mosquito told the people of Techiman, so do you think that you were telling the people of Techiman say they should support you, right? All right, what about you, Kurumho? It's all. It can't. Former President John Ajakum Kufuor so what foot will be the Magana for. But you tell Papa say was about 9 or so for what it is.
Mongosu Mompae. Ya Mompae send ye bear. Ye man Ghana no. Onyami betinani ahweso amai. Wato ni nsiresu egusu amai. A man de nyami kwasise pa na nipa yesuban. Ene ntia se ehunu yanim. Yansire nyame se ono a odi ne sunsun be hye manim no ayi akandifo amamane a sane nyame pese man ye no won mu de be adwuma mama no esa because ama asase no bibia nipa egusu no kura no ka ohwe anka makasa nkanye bad nipa ne ye ne aka nse better politics na asene aye ne ye na gudia so ahya asase no yenya hunu bi kura afimpo ano koka srem apuye koka toye no Ghana asase babia wo ba hwehwe no ade friend gold sika kokko ne bi ho nti wo hwe Africa ne kakraka anso ya kan gold Ghana ne di number 1 Eda nanka hiya beba kurem se nyame ahyehye mo ne masi amamo na ne nyina sana meka no the politics na sese na be yesu agise nyame kro no a oke akoma ya so de edin na so mo ya so fo ntimu nim satete Israel for sa nyame afa we no nso na so odin no nti ya no atwe won maso kakra sese ani de kodu ba bia no fiza Sando si atete Israel sano oye Ghana fo. Na enam sa ne mai nu enti yesu kakra no agyae. Nti mesra mo mpa ebo mma munyadin. No nyame onhwe boni ne mum edo de achichire ma no omma munye MP mai no nchen akandifo ade.
All right, and former President John Ajakum Kufuor since no was Ghana here mpa boy say Ghana for asweden. Now you have all the resources. Osi Nyankopon anhye da na my the largest gold reserves e sha asase ase. Wa my manpower, human capital, nipa dodo na wa my bibia bi nso my no yentimi hwe so yie. Yeah, pa jo mo kai hotel Kufuor, hotel wawa. He was the president then. And then Papa is why you lumai. To see the one who's in Yankopon and a Ghana for his suffer and now so then a Ghana for so then. Then I say what who we na ne o 2 years for say sebe yamaya be mrefi. Sometimes when our political leaders keep on advising us in this way, I think that we need to address and then take it in a very lighter note. Now your mom paye nka ho. Because maybe I make say utu kwa kwa bruchira and bisa won say eba say na Africa yen develop. Because I've been thinking about countries like Finland, 5.5 million population, Estonia, 1.6 million population, Latvia, 1.4 million population, Sweden, Denmark, Ireland, those kind of countries. Why are they developing? Yet the resources in one. Look at the manpower, the human capital, natural resources. Sometimes I don't even want to talk about the natural resources because what natural resources, not the human capital now are exploiting our natural resources now. It becomes useless for you. So the question we need to ask ourselves is, why are we doing this to our people, to ourselves? You be to become a political leader in our country. So we are all the resources in the country. No, now why are we doing this? To see and address that kind of ideas in a way team say you more be political appointment. So one talk we can never develop as a people. So but now also we're more important play. But I think in his era now, he did well. I would say at one brave president, Kufuor was one of the best presidents again. In fact, all the need to turn another down Kufuor the Hondia. Utimu said another down Kufuor the Ama Meyewe. Yera Kufuor performed very, very, very well in his own aspect. Until it's okay, we do it like that. Until and then mama yanku enim na na ewo adwuma yo. And then me say adwuma na disappointment a amanfo bi da ma yaman mu kwan na e ba be hete sa. Yanku Alhaji Dr. Omudu Bawumia. I'm very disappointed in this man. A PhD holder. Alhaji san kan din so. Why adwuma Bank of Ghana was sika no wo ha. Entinanke here se Ghana be kobosin abo. Wase kan kire Ghana for say see a person developing mind there and yes sika e obotum na mum ideas e wo team and how the boom mind and these are perfect things. And then ya adwen. Papa in na na do Kufuor to tena opposition 8 years e kan sem kesies ye jai Ghana man as vice president for 8 years wanya hwe. Na edu se papa ye akotena fi afi no wo be kan ye ma oye wo Ghana ho. One among those kind of things also a part say or the drone and a bag Ghana say drone drone or no be catch it. Yeah, I'm going to prove say he lied to the people of the Ghana and then he still keep on lying to the people of Ghana. Patrioti Alhaji Dr. Omudu Bawumia
brought drones into Ghana to deliver medicines, vaccines, and blood. Many people were dying needlessly because they could not get medicine on time. A snake can bite you on the farm and you need medicine, anti-snake serum, immediately. A mother can be giving birth in a village and needs blood immediately. In 2002, my father had an operation in Tamale and was losing blood. And we were looking for blood. The blood bank was locked. We tried to find the operator. We couldn't find him. By the morning, my father had passed away. And so when I heard about drones and zip line and what they could do in delivering blood, I took my team and we went to San Francisco. We met the zip line company and we convinced them to come to Ghana and set up 6 drone centers in Ghana. And we have 6 drone centers which are delivering medicines, blood, and vaccines to 2,700 hospitals and health centers in Ghana. Every day, we are saving lives. So far, the drones have flown 540,000 flights. So
that's it. The drones now fly 540,000 flights. Alhaji Dr. Omudu Bawumia say, me papa 2002, ne papa ewuye because ne pe blood abo ne papa yenya e Tamale. Ne papa no lawyer, ne why Council of State, Alhaji Dr. Omudu Bawumia was lying to the people and no we no. But then let's assume without admitting say no correct as mo kan. And you know who say the problem of the country and they say yeah the drones and the fly medical equipment and supplies to go remote part of the country All those tamale any remote country or remotest part of the country, but let's assume say some kind of no correct. It also on the team fly ko San Francisco. Eko share zip line for and odo moye den e ba Ghana. Alaji Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia pacho na no this no nyame na meka pacho me the link open join it live on the show me the link be to the comment section of this particular video. Okay, so you feel I think say your name and very important, then you can be live on the show with me. So we can also have different aspects of the show. So we'll be joining me live. Now mo kai Ghana ni papa we e friend Dr. Thomas Mensah. Pacho Alaji Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia say o San Francisco ko share zip line for and no mko kasa no the drones in eba Ghana. That was a lie. Ghana ni papa bi e friend Dr. Thomas Mensah. Papa the saddest aspect is say and on Katia as far as but on this particular show Ubi or maybe about say 1 year ago the man was in Ghana and then I did a video say we need to praise this kind of people answer no mawu because one time who Ghana and say Ghana ni eya de pakwa na yetwe owu wie a asenya kan ho nsempa yenko ne abra papa ne tiase no yenko bisa ne say doctor wo ne hwan and a drones na the plan. How did it end up in Ghana? Papa, the answers be my.
And so there are 5 things be a mayor Ghana. Well, apart from the bullet train, my creative Silicon Valley of Ghana. So, Silicon Valley of Ghana, like the Silicon Valley in the United States. This is transforming Ghana.
Where the bad Silicon Valley.
Silicon Valley, my Yawo Kofi Annan ICT Center. So. Ghana with new skills. New skills are some baha. Na machrom drones. Oh, drone na ye de ba Ghana.
Yeah.
A de COVID sample square union. Been up the buy.
Okay.
People na mini Bawumia ka oh doctor a great idea.
Okay.
People na mini Bawumia ka oh doctor a great idea. Tier 4 centers. Well, to take medicine to villages.
That's a zip line.
Yes. Me na the buy. Oh. I work on the drones for the Pentagon in America. That's why I thought about it. Okay. In America, for the Pentagon, U.S. Pentagon, we build drones. Now drones see me here Pentagon, it can shoot missiles.
So what? Dr. Thomas Mensah say, "Hey, you know that this zip line buy." I know she about me and Kanye so. This is what I do in Pentagon. Me Pentagon. I design drones, fiber optic cables. Papa, any designer here, or a big man in the United States. Yet, what we say, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia always consistently never gave credit to this man. Wow. It's a Ghana na say which any pabonini nas on kano kra see ano way. Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia always lie to the followers of Mudinechi. Mr. NPP niya. Tien sama ye kan ye. Yes, I betan Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. Na mo bi obashira so odada nipa manum there. We don't need those kind of people. Say utie ya Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia say no moment na dey drone here den e ba Ghana. What dey tie no?
About drones and zip line and what they could do in delivering blood. I took my team and we went to San Francisco. We met the zip line company and we convinced them to come to Ghana and set up 6 drone centers in Ghana.
Ati, also call San Francisco. Eko convince zip line for some Mara Ghana. Alhaji Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. Alhaji Dr. or Alhaji Muya. Dr. Thomas Mensah so there be me and I me the idea in buy me did drones in a buy catch Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia say idea me team there buy ni also Kofi Annan Institute is there, it's live, you can see what you see on so nasem.
And so there are 5 things be a mayor Ghana. Well, apart from the bullet train, my creative Silicon Valley of Ghana. So Silicon Valley of Ghana, like the Silicon Valley in the United States. This is transforming Ghana.
Where the bad Silicon Valley.
Silicon Valley, my Yawo Kofi Annan ICT Center. So Ghana with new skills. New skills are some baha. Na machrom drones. Oh, drone na ye de ba Ghana.
Yeah.
A de COVID sample square union. Been up the buy.
Okay.
People na mini Bawumia ka oh doctor a great idea.
Okay.
People na mini Bawumia ka oh doctor a great idea. Tier 4 centers. Well, to take medicine to villages.
That's a zip line.
Yes. Me na the buy. Oh, I work on the drones for the Pentagon in America. That's why I thought about it. In America, for the Pentagon, U.S. Pentagon, me building drones. The drones see me here Pentagon, it can shoot missiles.
Tewa hu. Aka, we have a there. And Dr. Frank Thomas Mensah. Any Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, why now would you Nippon North America, Pentagon, building drones and shooting missiles? Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, so you went to San Francisco to meet your, Adzam Kwa, Etron Kwa. So Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia and I said, no credit on Kabi, and I'm very, very disappointed in him. NPP4.
Jimmy for party job. What's your NPP again? Jimmy for party.
Maybe one man tells you. The whole PhD holder was saying allergy. Instead, say, Oba address you with followers. I can't no correct allergy. Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia said, no, the credit on the crab on home. And there's not a single day a papa asks, oh, Nadia, my dear, and through yache. Let me go to the session. Say, men can no quick crack and charity member for Papa said da on the onka. In the comment section, may the link be out of why. If you really want to join the show live, you come live on video. I'm building this particular channel as a family channel. This is the debate with Munufi. And 2% joining Kwanda, you click on it. Aka, a teacher, whoever you want to join, I'll pick you up and then we all join. And I'm very, very disappointed in allergy Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. It's not why I say on kind of credit. But anyway, let's just keep on exposing them. Se nipa de send to announce no kre friend no kre on Canada bia obeda da manfo a nsusu eba no. That is why he went on to an elections and got 38%. 38% and a Ghana for the man. Papa we part I said no kre party. I make one or two messages be amenia mo dia ba na afide yenko yenim. Ya semo Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. Hey, ni papa ni allergy mu ya. Wa ko meka nyina ye den papa ya no what to say. No kure pa fe no kure de o no kure no abunsan ho enti we na den no kure de o so wonka ena da bia o dada amanfo nipa edi na chi wa dada o ma dada o mo anyway o ma sem. This is the another oldest NPP products of criminals came to rob Ghanaians. NPP never short of criminals. Many and was the NPP party and I don't know why they are like that. I say, a young crufubia, or my cote baby. And we say, oh, Ghana for cry, I say, can't someone say that to you. And I say, they don't have time to go and do research. And always, they come to lie to Ghanaians. That is what they've been doing. Bashiru said, this man can never stop lies. But Omiade, as a Bashiru, we can move allergy Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, or Gumanimasi, or Gumanimasi. Teacher Aka, you have a call there, Britain Boko, when you are metal can't from why. Chidi Chata, yes, we do fact checking. Oh, dear, we better to us here. In Niago, China, we offend your media guru, oh, dear, we better to. In the one pass ma, allergy Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia now on Kano to buy a 10 to a say, I quite need granny. Hey, Minia, one president Kufo, I also office is also Kenya Missam. Anyway, I'm here no. I don't do my boogie until Kenya Missam. I just saw him with TV soon. So, Mr. For phones scan a QR code. O scan we are a DBR channel. Yibiana Ebaba. So, it's a mammy. Young Queen. I am also very, very disappointed in officer of the special prosecutor. I'm using the word officer of the special prosecutor. I'm very, very disappointed in him. OSP be catching the Ghana for say what charge Ofori Atta officially in absentia. Papa in Ghana was Papa in Ghana into a charge no. Emma Ghana for say or the Papa ni akwa to Interpol red list so. Ya Ofori Atta Magana. Afei de na no. Ya mo binum kwahwe Interpol red list so a. Ya Ofori Atta eni so biem. Na Ofori Atta na to want the list I say red list see papa yi wafa he. Ban say na Ofori Atta adoje Interpol red list so. Pa chew Interpol amenya ni see na yina yem hwe ade. Edin abusiafo pese be de me hoto nchen akakra bi na afede yina hwe ade. You call Interpol red list so a Ofori Atta papa yi ni to biem. Na Ofori Atta na to red list so ye fa he. If I just go Interpol website Na ye nyina yenko se chade. My shadow, I just know say if I am still online. I understand the stream stopped. So wow, him and say, oh, stop it. No, I can't tell me from your end. No, I can't say if everything is okay. So you can also tell me. Enti, my mefa onko ha. Yenko Interpol ho ankasa. Ya bogana asha. Let me just bring the screen back. Send be wow, oh, hear me be able to ade ameye because my person be beka say, ade ameye na bi ameboa. Enti, Mr. Let me take my time and then bring the screen back again. Now, all right. So this is the screen. Yabaha yabe search Ghana keke. Yenya de ha ye to Ghana na yen search. Ye search ya Ghana ni ba ko pe da ho. Ye ra kenufurata ayera. Kenufurata eni ho biem. Ah. Enti ye ho eni mu bibisa say ah. Na papa kenufurata yi efa he. Ah, Interpol fwa de a kisi eja me o me atese oka ho no. Papa na fa he. If if there was a break in the transmission, I can't tell me. But if you think everything is okay, so and also I can't tell me. After the Korea can Furata and can Interpol for list who be him. Papa, if I had Kiseja, I also what can't you say? What the papa no? Anyway, you think I'm being too harsh on the president? I will just be very, very soft. Him from here. Ebiana idu homuma and I'll bet you. Two was do her, obetiasie. So Ghana first started bisa question say never say a kinufrata ayera afi Interpol for details iso and our website iso. And OSPC or the Chiriwan ba was say now at the blind side of us no. Ken Ofori Atta and the lawyers actually come Interpol say munyi Ken Ofori Atta in free Interpol red list so na OSP kura ni ma dey oye pacho yenko jinchire mu in free Ken Ofori Atta ankasa a lawyer ho e friend Frank Davis or the nchire mu ebe mayen.
We'll engage a member of Ms. Ofori Atta's legal team now, but we know that the OSP has also responded to this release. I'll bring that to you shortly, but let's now engage Frank Davis, who joins us via Zoom. Frank, many thanks for joining us. The OSP has just responded to the release that came out, and it says that they refute that Ken Ofori Atta's name has been removed from Interpol's red notice list because the matter is still under contention. How do you respond to this?
Why is the OSP now coming to explain a fair complete? I mean, what was he doing all this while? The chronology of events he has given, he was very much aware that this matter was being contested. So when it got to the stage where Ken Ofori Atta's name was pulled down, why didn't he mount the cameras left? Mount the cameras and go onto the microphones like he always does, to tell the country what has happened. Now that there is an embarrassment, he comes to explain what circumstances. Whatever it is, Ken Ofori Atta's name has been pulled down.
With the release that circulated earlier, it said that once the OSP's charges were announced, Interpol immediately pulled the red notice posting from their website because the OSP had confirmed Mr. Ofori Atta's lawyers' complaints to Interpol. Is that the case? Because the OSP is saying otherwise.
It is not true. It is not true. The pulling down of his name has nothing to do with the charges he has filed. Absolutely nothing to do with it. And we should stop speculating for and pray for the truth.
But when you say the OSP should...
if that was the case, why didn't you say it before? If we are all truthful to the fact and we want to speak fidelity to the law, at the time that Ken Ofori Atta's name was pulled down, why didn't he come to tell Daniel? And look, Ken Ofori Atta's name, I issued a red notice alert for his arrest. his name has been pulled down because of A, B, and C. Now he waits for this to come into the public domain. Then he says what? If the Interpol is investigating the matter, it comes as a matter of reason that his name will be pulled down. Come on.
So Frank, as it stands now, can you confirm? So his name has been taken off the list simply because the matter is still under contention. Is that the case?
I said his name has been pulled down, not because he has been charged. The OSP did not meet the legal criterion for a red alert notice to be put on Ken Ofori Atta. So his name has been pulled down. It has absolutely nothing to do with whether he has filed charges or not.
One of the reasons you have cited as the contradiction of to the legality of this red notice was the fact that charges had not been filed in court at the time. Well, yesterday the OSP formally informed us that your client has now been charged. What next?
Well, what next is up to the OSP. It is up to the OSP. You all know, but you don't want to admit the fact that you know that Ken Ofori Atta is out of the country because of the medical procedure. He has attended onto his doctor, he's recuperating, and any time that he is notified of his charges, we shall consider our option. But Ofori Atta is not a fugitive, as the whole world was made to believe. He's fleeing justice, he's a fugitive for justice. I am going to use the force of the state behind you, I'll use the head of this alert, I'll pull you down to Ghana, and all happens.
So essentially you're saying that...
I can't fall back and say, because he's saying...
Frank, are you confirming that your client is still ill and that we should not expect him?
I have said to you, I think I picked my language carefully. I said to you, he has attended onto medical surgery and he is recuperating. Why again did I say that he was ill?
Well, you just said that he's written that he's unwell and that he has to undergo surgery. You just said that a while ago.
Public notice that he was unwell. He has attended onto a medical procedure. He is recuperating. That is what I said.
So essentially he's still unwell.
He is recuperating.
Okay.
Ken Ofori Atta has not been formally notified of any charges that have been prepared against him. I read it on social media the same way as you did, which is the style of the special prosecutor. I would have thought that having filed the charges, he will notify the accused persons before running it into town. And that is his style. So we live into his style. And Ofori Atta, Nanaya Kuntu has not been notified of any formal charges against him.
Interesting. But the OSP says that your client will be tried in absentia regardless.
Well, please, I am not going to involve myself in the schism of lawyers who are talking about trial in absentia. I am not interested in it. Charges have been prepared against Ken Ofori Atta. The OSP should know how to serve or formally notify Ken Ofori Atta of his charges because he is not in the country. When that is done, we shall consider the next option. I am not interested in this trial in absentia business because those who are flagging it don't understand what you're saying. And I will not aid them with any education. You were all in this country when Ken Ofori Atta requested for a video conferencing interview. Or you are not here. You interviewed me on that, which is legally permissible. The OSP said he was going to have none of that because he wanted a one-on-one engagement with Ofori Atta, whether he wanted to dance with him, whether he wanted to eat with him, or whether he wanted to wine with him, nobody knew. He said he willingly insisted on an in-person interview as if the electronic engagement was not permissible. But the law, the Electronic Transmission Act, makes provision for video conference. He said he wouldn't have none of that. The Legal Mutual Assistance Act calls for collaboration via electronic conferencing. He said he would not have none of that.
Finally, Frank, anti-graft campaigners, Edem Senanu, has mentioned that your client, being that he held the position of power, must do, and I quote, the honorable thing. I'm saying that, if you would listen to me, kindly indulge me, I'm saying that Anti-graft campaigners such as Edem Tenan, who spoke on our network, indicated that your client, who has held a position of power, should do, and I quote, the honorable thing by presenting himself to answer questions. And so that is where the comments that I spoke about earlier about the seeming lack of cooperation, which is not coming from us, but from the public. That is why I asked you about that.
You see, those Senanu and other guys, I don't take delight in responding to them, because when I say something, I don't feel comfortable with what I'll hear myself say. And whatever he has said is his own opinion. I'm not going to engage him on what he said. That is his opinion. He should keep it in his head and keep running with it. But if he understands the rules of engagement and he understands the rights of an accused person, he will not talk the way he's talking. But we all are human beings. When you are not confronted with a matter, you can talk the way you like. I'm not wishing anything ill for him. But the rights of an accused person is always respected before the law. Okay?
Right.
So he can go ahead. Yes. He can go ahead and see whatever opinions he has. I will not engage him in a relationship.
All right. Enti, you reckon Ofori Atta lawyer Frank Davis, I know this one say. The client na a petition interpose say, "Munyi me di free red list or wanted list or whatever, so because I've done nothing wrong." And then they wrote back to OSP, and OSP couldn't substantiate it. That is why they pulled Ofori Atta's name out or down. But surprisingly, I'm very disappointed in OSP. OSP failed. So Baba can't Ghana for say, "Oh, say now Ofori Atta didn't say free." So he never said anything until the public got to know say Ofori Atta didn't and can't want to listen who be able to say ne me why in the cross check the didn't who be me. And then OSP comes back to play another jandam. So when I say, not to say you can Ofori Atta free. So that. I'm very disappointed in the special prosecutor, to be honest. I don't know what he's trying to do. If he's playing games or if he is intentional or whatever, nobody knows. I'm disappointed in Attorney General as well. Because Attorney General, who Jumana say, a Jumana always be failing to do. You have to do it, but you have to relax. Say, you're trying to crack out my response. I'm just disappointed in a lot of people in the country now. And the way already corruption, so Ghana will know. And this is for one man, we have a problem. If you fail to get this kind of people into prisoner, 2028 NDC is going to take you by surprise. A bit take NDC for say sini. A bit yes sini. What person want me sini da? Until the NDC for one place I game now. Then I was surprised at Attorney General. What I can Ofori Atta answer more. I go with Parliament say, kwa can former Maslok boss asem and I I'm say now then you can and this administration, man, you're careful. I'm your opposition, but did 4 years paying the governance. See, Attorney General, I bet the Parliament to be question about former Maslok boss. Her case was done absentia on my Ghana and also buy no. What die can Ofori Atta ho ekofa wo party in this senior or not American bed 9 years. So the neighbor Ghana,
That is the Office of the Attorney General is awaiting the execution of our request to have her extradited to serve her prison sentence in Ghana. The International Cooperation Unit of the Attorney General's Department followed up on our request from the Department of Justice, the United States of the United States of America in September 2025. So if there is any impression being created that I am not taking any steps, this is the evidence that in September, that is just a month ago, I took the step of inquiring from the United States Justice Department the steps that they were taking in respect of the extradition. And they indicated that they are following their extradition procedures in executing the request and that the fugitive would be extradited as soon as they have satisfied all the procedures. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Wow. The whole Attorney General say, Ken Ofori Atta, what this can quickly do, Bonnie Ken Ofori Atta, or no, he is not interested in it. But former Maslok boss now, or not American for about 10 years, and woman now coaches, but Ken Ofori Atta or call less than 1 year, or you're interested in it. Attorney General, let me tell you, you cannot convince me. I'm a say, some former Maslok boss now what's in the US over 10 years, I just want to get a green card and that's American citizenship. I would say sometimes, people think say we are idiots, but we are not idiots. I'm very disappointed in Attorney General. I have to be honest with Attorney General. I have to be honest with you. Won't even convince me to be to US for the last 10 or 12 years, any legal document or residing in America. And the Ubet made every Ghana, I could be or not American for the last 12 years. American for mean deportino. Who is or no again in the Ukakofana Ghana. Back in Ofori Atta, Ofori Ghana, in less than 1 year, won't even cocaine in Ofori Atta. Also, I jam OSP. One Ghana, how they are playing with us. How these kind of people play with us. They think that we are idiots. Master, we are not idiots. Because school na mako be an yako. School na Attorney General mako no, me makobi. And you cannot convince me, say, oh no, who Jack Ofori Atta ho, I will not call Ghana. If you cannot even convince us, say, Ofori Atta quite any green card to American, or be American for the last 12 or 13 years, who bet him to never Ghana. Me see who won't me. Master Munya did any pammy now. But when Munya say me a can, come on to the Uncle. Attorney General, we are and more by cancer, Michi the Ghana, and I'm with you. Attorney General, we won't. Bagana pa when we are sometimes on Bemwa Kasasa, I won't say, we know uti kuraya, uti pile, uti. Attorney General, Mobba catch the Ghana for say, ya mami toko no, asem no the ko ECOWAS court no, ya bought to go say na moboa. Sometimes asem be Ghana. And I've kind of Ghana. I am mobodo. It is Sikaso. Or my you hear mine. A whole Attorney General, you mount a stage and tell Ghanaians to say, Justice Tokono asem or the call. ECOWAS court no, ya about to go. Say na oboa. Wo mom na wo ko gina court say ECOWAS court no, any jurisdiction over and 7 courts of Ghana and ECOWAS court and catch it will say they have jurisdiction. So they have given Attorney General 30 days to file his response. But Attorney General kept quiet. He didn't say this thing to Ghanaians. Attorney General didn't say anything to Ghanaians. Now, mom and 7 court and you came to play Jandam with Ghana for something different. Court and say ECOWAS court say, oh, President, rather than Attorney General, who lose assembly because you went to file a document say ECOWAS court on any jurisdiction say bedi yama mitoko na asem any ECOWAS court and say they have the jurisdiction into be file defense na yeni assembly nko. Enti na what say justice toko na asem you about to go enye no kre. Na mo ma assembly court kan say toko no by say and assembly nko on hold to proceedings in court of Ghana no. And a court in so over 3 months as an odeba. I'm a president Kurano. I swear in the Chief Justice in this assembly the Montungu. Now, mom, the substantive case in Ankasa there, it is pending. Attorney General, you need to come and tell us. Okay, say here Moana. Madam, I'm very disappointed in Attorney General. You people need to tell Ghanaians the truth. We need to tell Ghanaians the truth. What they young call? Ne mami tokono lawyer. Young ko bitan say lawyer. Assembly the call ECOWAS court. Yes, ya pamo. No kure be any wom. Tino.
We're all in this country. When the government was sued in the ECOWAS court, we knew exactly what the lady was asking. And yet, we went ahead and announced a new Chief Justice. The person went through vetting. The minority tried to draw attention to the pendency of these issues. Parliament will not have none of that. The minority had to work out. Eventually, the person nominated was vetted, and the person was then sworn into office. What do you think is the effect of all this on the case? They have to say, place a fear complete, on them. That look, we have done all these things already. So what's the point of you going to hear this application? So to me, this thing is not newsworthy. There's nothing to talk about because we all know that as we speak today, there is a new Chief Justice who has even been sworn in. So what are we looking for? You think the application will reverse it and go back or what? There's nothing. That's why they are saying, let us go into the merits of the case. Since the application was filed, they have refused to respond to the case itself. And the court is saying, go and file your response within 30 days and come and let us go into this matter. As for this criminal offense, it's of no use, it's of no value because you have fixed them with fear complete already. You've done all that you want to do. So we'll hear this matter. Let us go into the full matter itself.
Okay.
That is my take on this matter.
So, per our simple understanding, this does not affect the ledger of the substantive matter at all, in any way?
At all, because when this case was filed, the first thing they told everybody was that the ECOWAS court has no jurisdiction. Some of us kept telling them that it is not true. The ECOWAS court operates whether or not a case is pending in your country. ECOWAS court will still hear so long as it has to do with the violation of human rights. But they were too full of themselves, kept saying that the court will dismiss it because there are pending cases in the Supreme Court, High Court, and so on, so which have not been dealt with. Now that ruling has gone against them, that they should file their process and let's hear the matter. Rather, they are talking about this, excuse my language, useless ruling. What is the point? What would that achieve? When they have gone ahead and done everything that they wanted to do on this end regarding the new appointment.
Is this,
what is the value?
Is this normal?
To me, it is of no use. But what is newsworthy is that their preliminary objection has been dismissed and they have been given 30 days to file their processes.
Okay, and so you're proceeding with or without? You're proceeding to the most substantive matter.
That is it. That is the position.
Okay. What's the general position anyway, that when a matter is in court, are you in any way suggesting that the actions that happened in Ghana, both in parliament, the minority walking out and all of that, had a certain impact on this particular preliminary matter in the ECOWAS court?
I'm saying that I am only the substantive I'm only a suspended Chief Justice. My matters are pending both in Ghana and ECOWAS. So stay your hands and let's see what the ruling will be. You said, no, I am going ahead to appoint a new Chief Justice. And you did that. And you even swore the person in. Why are you jubilating that an interim application has been dismissed? Because that influence has been overtaken by events.
Right.
That's the point I'm making.
Right.
Why didn't they just hold their horses to allow the ruling to come? For example, this ruling has come saying that it's okay, now there's no interim application. But all the applications were pending and they still went ahead and did what they did.
Right, that's quite understandable. Thank you for joining us this afternoon and bringing this clarity.
Abushina, so what I say? And something you know. Yeah, Mahama took no same no the ECOWAS court. It's still pending. And the war Attorney General na wabeka nchire Ghana for so ya pam ya Mahama no ya boss em na to no. What if it ends up there the next 3 months or 4 months? Oh, when answer beka nchire so took no awe ni asem na. What are you going to tell Ghanaians? Ade na wabeka. Be honest with ourselves. Attorney General, why are you doing this? Why do you jump all of a sudden come to tell Ghanaians so took on asem ya about to go? Abra one kasa onim se nsem na wo ka no. Enye sa na tie. And then you say about 30 days, come and file your defense. Oko, file we na say can just toku no awene or so per $10 million. Monfa mana then I say can't Ghana for. Oh, sometimes the way these kind of politicians keep on deceiving themselves and then deceiving Ghanaians, it seems like the same recycling now. You know more. And Attorney General, how different are you from Gofedame? Just tell us. I'm very disappointed in you. Very, very disappointed in you. But anyway, Abushina. Asemo mama yenfansi ha ansem ni bi ho ha grofo we kan ha dwen ni ameni betwa to eye asemo Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia o desere kakra mame abuzo oman hene kwabena asante etna the program so e ka kire Ghana for say under the leadership of His Excellency John Dramani Mahama MMDC salary 5,000. You raise it 35,000 Ghana cedis. Say no my hen boy. Until that, Jandam kwa no mu play. Say now my hen until that. etro ene no odi chire Ghana for ene a Greek minister ekotena Kwabena Asante ne bisa say mate say momo tena ha say John Dramani Mahama I raise MMDC salary from 5,000 to 35,000 Kwabena Asante o me anam kan say sanete say na obwa Ghana ne jandam Kwabena Asante sa onte da enti say wote ho na Kwabena Asante aka sase na mo obi ate kwa etro no wodi but wote a Greek minister explanation or the buy we Adom FM ho ana ne Kwabena Asante koro na ene tena wo kan jense menua ntro na odi ye man yesa mamon try say mu gu his excellency John Dramani Mahama animase esan say oba ye increase obi salary e sika na wo ho na ene wo ho na say what na program we so as a seasoned journalist say wo Kwabena Asante now can say na aban na ya say ne wo person chese aban na committee illegality wajoti Kwabena Asante fero fere
Asamba ko bi so pie wa fidie so obi draw my attention mo say ato DC for akatuam 67%.
Me na me kai.
Aha. Enti sa o. Enti sa. Obi a obetua ato DC for akatuam 67% ya wato Ghana mra.
Akatuam tumu aba odi.
Aye DC for 67 obi obeka bia wato Ghana.
Akatuam tumu aba ana.
Yanto DC bia akatuam. NDC ba yanto DC bia akatuam. Na yentimi so ntum under law.
Okay.
Because DC for no ye capture mo under Article 71. Under Article 71 2011 Eurama committee na yete ye no the report ba say yem pushi omonko special year friend award 55 award point 55 into omo akatua no every year be betum 10%. Now 2016 year friend akonwa so no na DCB age 16,445 2016 aba we ba he no na wo say year be order 10% ma ni DC for no yeah, be order 10% more. No, when 10% na until time, local government minister, honorable Dambo, just want him local government pa, and no raise concern, and no approve 10%. And Tibra Mobe Kono, now so Maka Cretia or Maka Tria Arias, and Esgasia, at the moment. In Jomka Cretina, not DCBiano, Nanga Katiana Cosi 32,000 Kakrabin account. Eti no enomni tua arrears any ade at the maomo eti DCB was started biano also started from that salary because na yes salary our beto 32,000
okay so
and no na ote ya o say ya to agetuam but you know me ba to you na 32,000 no kwari e do to ha ya sama problem ya tax threshold no
ihwehwe wa aba
e do cost no pay no 25% tax e tu ko to pay now sika dodo ni nyina tax kwa ko be 8,000 na ma sika na ye dey
whichever way
enti ahwe em say a creative impression
on say Kwabena Asante afere ho Kwabena ma he Kwabena Asante nipa bebre di na chi e kan sem kese no on say afere because no person mo use platform no e dey go his excellency John Dramani Mahama ni ma say oh MMDC say 5,000 John Mahama buy no raise ko 35,000 say na kwa ne boa on teda Nti Ghana no so no I'm disappointed in some of the journalists and you some of them o man ne Kwabena Asante I'm disappointed in you say wa share I think ugu John Mahama ni ma say for nothing and now now to na say one also gina simple so can some no very boldly am obi agi tum sampa John Mahama say na papa ye wicked o and a teacher for kwa salary on tumu and e ban say no be paja MMDCs from 5,000 they could do 35,000 straight away say na oboa I say these are armchair journalists. They don't do any research. I present a typical NPP jandam. They don't do any research. Kwabena Asante person chere me say no nim say MMDC is salary NM 30,000 before tax. Also nim. Kwabena Asante atena from 2012 at Ghana ye journalism sa Kwabena Asante I know him from Techiman. Classic FM. Sa ba na FM hitman. Aba bedru ha odui eti so no nim say and na adodan kwa kufado MMDC is no salaries no it was around 30,000 also no nim not to cheat not to say can Japan can say na funusable fruit or say wow funusable fruit Kwabena Asante say na Kwabena Asante ti kuromo jandam nko an play jandam sa njo mo da man for in a nice way no mo koto public anger against the government and so not well na do dan kwaku for the time Kwabena Asante ye din wankasa because no suru ko na do dan kwaku for the time dey we message kakrepa ba be chewa ko boom this na Kwabena Asante suru Nti mesra wa what is our story ni bia no botugu na kwabena sante boa enye no kre pa cho ene me de besi wa nyame adoma ochina because and I think say nobody wanted to be live on the show nti ochina so if you really want to be part of the show nkwa na send the link na to hobi na wa person join bia na I think say you can save the link for tomorrow as well if anybody wants to join live on the show you click on it and one then we discuss it. That is how Obebaso live to say na metri. Say home fair inquiry because yesterday I got a message from somebody else who will not fair. Into Presela, I'll be expecting you tomorrow live on the show. This is the debate with the Munufi. What I say, and wow, Chinawa ma me no internet ye. Me say me choba program is live. Na fi de yin na di see ni wo ho. Na ye de kikiri na fi de we are. Na yentwe bi mana anaji Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia kakara bi ko papa no o ya fa ne ho di too much nsem o monama o mo kan nyina jandam ne ntronko a enu bi na kwabena sante ya ne ho a kire bi no. All right, so this is the debate with the Munufi. Nyame ya adoma ochena same time 8 p.m. Ghana time. I'll be back na me no abedi nkomo nyankopon ene wontena.
Professor Jane Nana Opoku Ajimai, and I just want to draw attention. Her name is Jane Nana Opoku Ajimai, not Nana Jane Opoku Ajimai. If you want to cut it short, say Nana Jane. But when you write her formal name, it's Professor Jane Nana Opoku Ajimai.
Fulani for Moa, maybe Dio Mampenia, Mema, Fulani for Abese, Mufum. Fulani for Moa. Maybe Dio Mampenia, Mema, Fulani for Abese, Mufum. Fulani for Moa, maybe Dio Mampenia, Mema, Fulani for Abese, Mufum. Fulani for Moa, maybe Dio Mampenia, Mema, Fulani for Abese, Mufum. Fulani for Moa, maybe Dio Mampenia, Mema, Fulani for